Yeah, I thought the start was incredible. I have a new favourite fucking superhero, man. A better Avatar movie than Avatar was.
The superhero being the bad guy.
Okay, that was the bad guy. But the way he used those rings was incredible. Shang-Chi! Welcome everyone back to the Drive-Thru movies. I'm here in the car with Callum Barr. We are today off to see... What are we off to see, Barr? You tell them.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's going to be interesting. I guess it's Marvel's first foray into... Well, not first foray. First proper foray, though, into, like, Eastern kind of superhero stuff. What about Iron Fist, I hear you say? Fucking what about Iron Fist?
I forgot that even existed.
Yeah. So much potential, but it was just a bit.
The first season was good after I got past the... I'm Danny Wren.
He's a watered down version of Oliver Queen, who's already a watered down version of Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was just so blah, blah. And it frustrated me to no end. He was supposed to have gone off to whatever the island's called, like fucking Lianyu or whatever. That's all over.
I would say you're getting mixed up now.
He's gone off to...
He went into the mountains to Shangri-La or something.
Yeah. He's beat everyone in the world who's come for this Iron Fist, and he's defeated a fucking dragon, and he's now achieved the glory and the power of the Iron Fist. And I'm getting emotions now, I can't use it. It was fuck off. I actually quite liked the second season. I thought it was much better. I thought when he showed up in Luke Cage, his personality had an overhaul. And
I think he was a better supporting character.
Yeah. I've heard so much about him like not putting in any effort.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Everyone was like, his fight scenes were crap just because the actor refused. They tried to hire him a coach and he was just like, no.
But anyway, Shang-Chi should hopefully be the complete antithesis of that.
I'm hoping it makes up for the Ben Kingsley mistake.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think he would play such a good villain and they wasted him on a joke.
Yeah.
And I was just so annoyed for so long about that.
I think he is in it. I think Ben Kingsley is in it. Either that.
Who's the actual Mandarin though?
I don't know. Maybe
I know there was
a
a Marvel one shot where he was in prison. His character was in prison with Trevor, or whatever he's called.
Yeah.
And then like the Ten Rings approached him and were like, the Mandarin's not happy with you.
Okay. Then I have no idea who's doing it.
There's some obvious differences you must know from the trailer though. I never know the comics, but I know I've watched a couple of the cartoons when I was wee, and instead of like massive rings on his arms, it's like rings on his fingers. I don't know if they're going the whole alien technology route as well. I
like the lead guy. I'm probably going to say his name wrong. Simu Liu. He's one of the stars of Kim's Convenience, which if you haven't watched it, it's a really funny show. If you've not seen it, I would recommend it. I think he just was like, if you ever do this, I want this part. And it kind of happened, so that's good.
Well, I find quite funny is like this is obviously come out like yesterday. They came out.
Yep.
But normally before a Marvel film comes out, all you hear about is that film that's coming out. You see trailers for everywhere. You see posters for it everywhere. This last few weeks, everyone's been Spider-Man trailer. No one cares about Shang-Chi. Yeah. Just Spider-Man theories.
Yes, everything's being overshadowed by like Spider-Man, the multiverse, and all that stuff. I think this is also going to suffer a little bit, like Black Widow did a little bit. The whole having to be either on Disney Plus or on in the cinema.
I doubt you the actors are the same sort of deal that Scarlett Johansson had.
Yeah, I doubt it.
But that's been a big fuss in the media, hasn't it?
But yeah, I don't know much about the plot. I don't really know much about the story. I have never read the comics. I never watched the cartoons. So I'm going to be surprised whatever happens. But anyway, yes, let's check it out. We will be back in a moment. Spin it! That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
A better Avatar movie than Avatar was. I'm not even kidding, man. That showed you how
the shots should have been done.
You could have done an Avatar movie. Yeah, Michelle Yeoh was a total airbender. She's always a joy to watch.
Yeah, they've gone a lot more You know, like the Wire sort of kung fu.
Yeah, they really went crouching tiger, hidden dragon at points, didn't they? It was very artful at times.
It didn't feel Marvel-y at all.
No, it didn't.
Aside from the first like 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
But after that it was very different.
So the film kicks off with the antagonist story. I forget his name. Why did I forget his name? He was basically the Mandarin.
He had many names apparently.
He did have many names.
Yes.
And he was 1,000 years old. He found these rings in a crater, and instead of using them for good, he uses them for power and influence. He eventually tries to like invade this sacred realm of like gods and creatures and shit, and he gets his ass handed to him by some girl, and he ends up marrying her and having 2 kids. And one of the kids is Shang-Chi. Yeah, I thought the start was incredible. I have a new favourite fucking superhero, man. That was like so cool what those rings could do.
This superhero being the bad guy.
Okay, that was the bad guy. But the way he used those rings was incredible.
They were like, like shockers, gauntlets, and whips combined together. Kind of like Iron Man's repulsors as well.
The pacing was weird, but I don't mean weird in like awful. At times it was like an elegant Eastern kind of drama.
There was a transition to the movie, I reckon, because obviously they started in America, and then he gradually like started to go back further into his past and meet up with his family stuff. And as that happened, the film just got more and more Eastern sort of style.
Yeah, like, and then it would hit in with these really awesome martial arts sequences. Like the martial arts choreography in it was really cool. That sequence when Shang-Chi and Michelle Yeoh are kind of like dancing around each other, and the same at the start with the Mandarin and his wife, and she was like a waterbender. They just do this incredible sort of like...
It's not fighting, it's they are dancing. Yeah. Well, I guess we kind of touched on it already with the Avatar airbending and stuff, but the effects were actually really good, especially there's some bits at the end involving water and some other beasts and things. Yeah,
this realm's protected by like some dragon spirit thing, and it was just incredible. The end sequence was just really cool to watch. Touched on a lot of things from way back in like Iron Man 3.
Yeah, there was a brief extremist sort of nod. Yeah. That's why at the start it's felt the most Marvel-y, because it had all the wee Easter eggs in it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they sort of dropped all that.
So yeah, I hope it doesn't suffer from like this whole streaming cinema battle that seems to be happening. I hope people do go see it, because it's worth it. I think people might find it a little bit weird, or they might have seen the trailer and go, who are these characters? I've been worried about this and Eternals and stuff like that, because they're bringing in these slightly more obscure characters. But I think you're right though. People will just are fine. They know it's a Marvel movie. They know they're going to get something good. So
I think they got past that hump when Guardians came out. When Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and those were the most obscure characters at that time.
Certainly before the MCU, they were always afraid that the only mainstream superheroes that could really sell were the X-Men and Spider-Man. And a lot of these films are just blowing that nonsense out of the water. I really enjoyed that film there. I thought it was different.
I didn't know what I was going in expecting really, but I was expecting a Marvel film really, and it didn't feel like a Marvel film, and considering the Marvel films that come out, it's nice.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a really good movie. Everyone should go see it.
Yes, do go see it. Do let us know what you think in the comments, and we will catch you next time. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, and we will see you soon. Bye.